the committee of awards, and then we are going to determine which famous person has made manifest necessarily the deliverance of this award to them, which will certify that they have achieved excellence and are being recognized for outstanding service for unspecified things in the field of excellence. They've been duly selected with good cause by the Committee of Awards, capitalized, it's a name, to receive this certificate. So somebody's going to get this, and they're going to be like, damn, I'm excellent.
Is it weird that I organize my money in by value and then by serial number in alphabetical order?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
I wouldn't say I have OCD, but it's just for some reason that's just how it's done for me. I should work on that and just put it in random order. Coins doesn't matter. They get clumped together.
Go to HT. At least that's what they tell me.
I'm creating pixel mass murder. I'm committing pixel murder. Pixel massacre.
Kodo, where are you going?
He's going to the clubs, yo. He's going to get...
I'm finna throw a few dollars up, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Are you going to the ATM?
Finna throw a few bands tonight.
What?
Yes. Did you say you're going to rob a few banks?
I'm finna throw a few bands, you feel me? Throw a few bands in the area, I mean. Drop a plastic bag on a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
No comment.
Where did she go? I'm actually, like, upset that she's gone. Maybe her kids needed her.
So what does the 6th slot do again?
It's something you're good at but don't value. Because it is contradictory to...
Ignoring?
No, it's the opposite of your tool function. So...
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, so it's the one that goes... well, I'm TI, so I prefer to have everything logically consistent. Can I make shit happen and know how to do shit efficiently and stuff when I feel the need to apply that? Yeah. Do I like to do that? No. And if it runs afoul or runs in conflict of my consistency metrics, I find it offensive and say, you're evil for not prioritizing deliberation enough. That's my relationship to PE. If you've got something else in the 6th slot, it'll be specified according to that. But if it's a judgment function, then your 6th slot judgment function will be the kind of judgment you disapprove of.
What's the 6th function for ENTPs?
TE.
Okay, so demonstrative is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Ignoring is the NI for ENTP.
Yeah, I know Model A. I just forget MBTI. Like
I tend to forget the blocks in Socionics. So that's if I'm trying to say something like that, it's not me trying to correct you. It's me going like, I think that's what it is. Maybe you can correct me. I'm not super down with. I'm not super memorized with Socionics. You know.
Yeah. I've got it down.
This is one of the trippiest things that's happened in a long time. I'll show you guys this. I'll share my screen and show you this little short video. It fucking tripped me out. I typed Kimberly as ESFJ, and when I talked to her about it, she, by all accounts, knew nothing about MBTI typing. I haven't really heard about it or anything. Just for like maybe I'd heard about it once, twice before. Didn't have any knowledge anyway.
Is this the girl?
Yeah, this is a girl. And anyway, so today though, I made this video. I'll show it to you guys. And it's trippy. Tripped me out.
With you like the fucking Matrix. What is your background, Eric? I was asked.
Not one of them.
Oh my god. This is what I thought I was in the car, right? I was like, this woman, I thought she didn't really know anything about typing. She has her type on her license plate.
And didn't even know it.
It's actually KL. Kimberly.
That's not really safe to show the license plate.
That's pretty funny, huh? I started, I was like, was she lying the whole time? About not understanding that what the types were, like I know about it, I mean, you know? That was just a coincidence.
Yeah, just casually show her license plate.
She was the one who suggested it when I pointed it out. She's cool about that stuff, which I heartily approve of. She's not like super don't film. She's not don't film me at all. Which is
Like my sister is like that most of the time.
Am I roboting to you, or are you just roboting to me?
Oh, it must be me.
Yeah, can you refresh?
Why the fuck has no one told me that until now?
It's recent. It just started.
Oh, that's weird. All right.
I think she did know. I wouldn't believe her.
No, because it says K Lee's FJ. This car is called an FJ. Her name's Kimberly Lee.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Once I realized, oh, K Lee's FJ, and this car is called a something FJ. So it makes perfect sense. But it's trippy, right?
It's a real trippy.
So I got a question. I just zoned out. So what's the difference between the fifth slot and the seventh slot? Is it basically the same thing? You suck at both of those?
No, the fifth slot you're actually good at, but you have a really hard time understanding what it is. It's ignoring, which means it's happening effectively enough for you completely unconsciously. And you don't get it at all, but you're actually pretty good at it, and you'll be good at it in specific areas. So if, for example, my NI in my fifth slot is directed mostly towards media metaphysical truths. Like, does this work or not? Is this good or not? Which part of this extended me jamming out on shit is the one little stretch of melody that's like, oh, that's the hit part right there. That's what my NI is directed to, and I don't necessarily have it in other areas unless I'm prompted to look to it. As Taylor did one time when I asked him a question, I'm like, what do you think about blah, blah? He said, what does your NI tell you? And I immediately knew the answer. It was weird. It's like I just always forget to check.
Audio?
No, you're still bad.
Ah, shit.
Eric, what's your definition of NI? How would you describe it to somebody?
Well, first of all, I'd say it's a way of knowing things as opposed to deciding things or doing things or experiencing things. So a way of knowing things is like I can know that Bob went to the store because I remember it. I can know that Bob went to the store because I logically deduced it from other stuff that I know. I could know that Bob went to the store because I see him there, right? Those are kinds of ways of knowing that Bob went to the store. But there are also kind of ways of knowing whether or not that's a good painting or not, whether or not it's immoral or moral thing to do, whether it's whether it's effective at what it's attempting to do or not. NI is what I would call pre-knowledge. It's the pre-creational knowledge that occurs from which other kinds of knowledge occur. It's the earliest kind of knowledge. It's the earliest kind of cognitive function. It happens before any of the others. And it happens in a way that it's impossible to say why or how you know for sure that this is a lighter, except to say that it looks like a lighter and it does the things a lighter does. But you know that it is what it is inherently because of NI. That's why we know this is a lighter.
Okay.
And then to expand a little bit more, I'd just say it's specifically the epistemological function that does this. It goes, this is what is metaphysically true, is necessarily true inherently in and of itself, and then it pushes that knowledge into it. That metaphysical truth is then converted into real world shit via SE. That's why it's linked with SE. Because it doesn't require new idea generation. It generates whole ideas, which SE then executes.
Okay.
And the reason NE is with SI is because since we're constantly generating new ideas, there has to be some mechanism that is more flexible. SI is way more flexible than NI. So SI is much less reliable. Like my memory is not actually reliable, but it's the same thing as if it were, because the only thing I need to be reliable enough to do is be reliable enough to make assumptions with. So I assume that I got this thing when we went to the sandwich shop for lunch, because I remember doing that. That's where I got it. If I had to make some sort of argument based on where I got this, it would be safe to assume that's true. And so for all intents and purposes, the assumption is the same thing as reality, because usually my memory is not wrong and all sorts of other reasons. Occasionally, though, it gets proved that someone's memory is not reliable, and it usually isn't in cases where, like, your court cases and stuff like that.
Okay.
Remembering what you intentionally did is easier than remembering details of shit happening around you without your will. If you're SI. If you're NI, I'm not sure how that plays. I don't know how you, how do you keep track of your life? How do you keep track of your knowledge?
How do I keep track of my knowledge?
With your knowledge bone? Is it you who's roboty? I'm gonna refresh just in case.
Am I roboty?
You're still a robot-y.
I am a robot.
You stopped being a robot when you said that.
So, are you more likely to see events are you likely to see time passing as a series of distinct events, like a series of blop, 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 or are you likely to see it as understanding it as a continual progression through the day that you're either experiencing and or keeping track of? Or talk to me about that. Is she gone? I wanted her to explain her brain.
Okay.
Are you back?
Yeah, do I sound like a robot?
No, you said I'm fine. I want you to explain your brand.